All right, everyone. Little bit of a last minute scheduling, but we've got Mr. Manny Lucca and Spencer Jordan that's going to be shooting today. Little bit of eight ball action. Both of them are league players over here in the Hillsborough side of the world. And I'm back in the comfort zone. If you joined us yesterday, you saw us out at the eight ball shootout over at Mikey's place. Had a really good time. They did a great job of hosting, of running the tournament. Everything seemed to go really well, and once again, little hats off to Brian Toman for his first place finish. That was a whole lot of competition, no matter who you are out there. He pulled out the win. So game number one, actually I need to update that score because Manny is getting 3 on the wire. It's a race to 11, so decent spot. Spencer is a couple points higher than him on the handicap, so we'll see in a little bit if the spot's enough or too much. Should be a pretty good matchup. Right. Spencer getting through this rack pretty well. Looks like he's got a 5 ball all the way up table. May roll that just past it. Shooting for the side pocket next. Decides to draw back. Got a 1 ball shot in the corner. Not too much to do. That 8 ball passes in the top right up there, so you just got to put the pieces together. A little stop shot here probably. Decides to kick it out, give himself a little bit of room. That's a good shot. Andrew Mendoza, pretty easy as far as Andrew's asking how do we get in this. Really not too difficult. Get up with me sometime. You can contact us here on Facebook. My name's Alan Ellison. You can also look me up on just my personal account. And if you've got a matchup, great. Then let's see if we can't find a time to get it scheduled. If you don't have one, I'll do my best to try to see if we can find one, but it usually means that we got to find somebody that knows how you shoot, or a friend that knows how you shoot that can kind of say good match, bad match, whatever. So if you do have somebody you want to play, just let me know. We'll find a time. Always will. Love to see new faces over here, and I don't believe you've made it over here before. So right over here in the Riverview area, which is just to the east side of Tampa. Manny tries a pretty difficult combo over there in the side pocket. Leaves Spencer with a little cut in the corner. Ooh, undercuts it a bit. Gives Manny a chance to come back. Whenever you've got a spot like this, one of the biggest things that you always want to try to make sure you take care of is when you're the one that's in the deficit from the spot, is trying your absolute best to get that first game. Try to close that spot up just a little bit more. I mean, he's got an opportunity here to run out. Could just roll that one forward. Maybe even a touch of right English. Get himself on that 1 ball. We'll see. Looks like he's going to go more for that 10 ball at the moment. Or not the 1, excuse me, the 9 on the side. Just a touch of draw and kind of give himself a little bit of angle on that 10. Probably be a good shot here. We'll see which way he plays it. He could also, if he doesn't mind being kind of a little bit over that 9 ball, he obviously could shoot the 10 first, come back up for the 9 and let it roll up table. Looks like that's the one that he's choosing now. A little bit of a jump on that 10 ball there, and Spencer's going to have, I believe this is a 3rd opportunity on that 8 ball. Doesn't usually need that many shots at it. If he misses once, you already got lucky. Twice is very fortunate, so here's your third time. Manny's gonna have a little trouble winning with that spot if he allows if he allows those kind of runouts. So, but they basically had almost no practice. They both came in, shot for like a couple minutes apiece, and then we got the stream started up. So this first couple of games is basically their practice. All right, nice open break there from Spencer. Unfortunately, doesn't pocket a ball, so the advantage kind of goes to Manny for an open table. Manny's really gonna have to kind of buckle down a little bit since he did not get that first game. Now that spot's been reduced to 2. Taking a good look around the table, and one of the things, like whenever it comes to league, that I'd definitely like to see Manny do a little bit more of is exactly what he's doing right now, and that's stopping for a minute, kind of taking a look. He gets a tendency to shoot a little quick at occasions, and that can cause a little bit of rash behavior here and there. You kind of get your mindset on what it is that you want to do next. You just get down and shoot it. Well, the good thing about 8-ball is that you may have gotten on that shot, but that's not necessarily the only shot that was on the table. Maybe you could have picked one off that was a ball that was in a more difficult position, but now you just happen to have rolled into a perfect spot to get it. It's a good chance to try to do that in a lot of occasions. Unfortunately, that ball goes over and finds its way into the side pocket, and Spencer comes back up with the ball in hand. Manny gets that one pretty close, and unfortunately doesn't quite make it into the pocket. It looks like Spencer's got an easy shot considering he's all the way up by this corner. Everything's really long distance down there. Stroke's working pretty straight for this early in the match. Nails that with no problem, gives himself a couple of opportunities. See that 2-ball easily get him onto that 4. If he rolls it right, he can even go ahead and stick that 5 in the side pocket. May even try to get both that 5 and 3 that we see there back in this bottom left pocket. Looks like he slow rolled it, but a little bit off from the side pocket shot. He could actually use the 4 to help him out. Let me switch his camera up a little bit here. Looks like he's going to go ahead and take it. The only bad thing about this one is it's kind of off angle. Oh, he's going for the 6. Kind of jumps a little on that one. 2 rails are back down to the other end of the table, so apparently he just likes all the pockets on that one end. Manny going for cutting that 12 ball into the side. Successful there. Wants that to come up a hair more. Looks like he got cleared for that 12 ball. 13, excuse me. 13 should have no trouble getting him on that 15. I wanted that to come out a touch more, so we'll see which one he likes better between that 9 ball on the side and that 15 in the corner. Looks like he's pointing at the 15. Just has to really watch the speed on this one because it's going to come off of that pretty hot. So that 10 ball on the side might actually be his next shot. Undercuts it a bit, which really slowed that cue ball down. Obviously, if he had made it, it would have come over a little further than that. But where it is, leaves Spencer a whole lot of options. Hey Trapper, how's it going? Great shooting yesterday, by the way. If anybody's not familiar with who Trapper is, he's one of the area's best shots. Sorry if I'm ruining your action there. But he's absolutely right. Talk crap enough, anybody will play. Alright. Spencer's got a little bit of a longer shot here with that 4 ball. Looks like he may be checking out that bank on the 4, excuse me, that was the 5 over there in the middle. This has to play a defense. The Manny can definitely see the 15. I don't believe he can see the 9. He is lining that one up. If he steps out of the way, I'll change camera angles, but no, he definitely cannot see the 9 ball. That 15. Oh, what a great cut. I did not get a reward out of it, though. I mean, he's got his work cut out for him a bit on this shot. I just realized I forgot to turn one of the cameras on, so no overhead for the moment. I'll wait till the one that I don't like is getting ready to shoot 8 ball, then I'll go turn that one on. Fortunately, for some strange reason, happen to like both the guys, but he's got a 3 ball. Probably roll that one up. Wow. So that one comes as quite a surprise. That one definitely had Spencer's name written all over it there. Manny gets one more opportunity. Does need to be careful here. Make sure he draws that back out to at least the middle. Give himself an opportunity for that 10 ball. Nice shot. Gonna end up with a bank now.
What time would be the play defense?
You can speak up.
No.
And he does. Wanted that to roll up a little bit more. So we do have a guest in here, and you've not heard him in here before. Yeah, although he's sat in here before, but speaking is a different story. Mr. Tim Miller.
I commented on Manny and Heat's match.
I think you did say hello, everyone. You might be right.
I talked during their match. Their match was more fun.
Oh, we had a whole lot of talkers last night. Of course, there was a whole lot of drinks out there too. But Alright, so Spencer's going to have to take a good look at this one. He's probably going to plan on a bank shot coming out of this on the 8 ball. Wants that to come up. Hit it beautifully. It looks like he was planning on the side pocket. With that said, I'm sure he probably wanted that to come up a hair more, get straight or a little more. He'll just back cut it, or back bank it, I should say. Has to slow roll it in. Ends up safe. Does not want that to keep rolling. So I don't believe that Manny's going to play safe on this 10 ball. He knows it's a little tough. The speed can be pretty difficult. He's pointing that it's off the rail, so indicates that he probably will be playing the defense. Taking a look at it to see if that ball is sitting on the rail. We'll take a look and see if we can tell. We cannot, so
Spencer, need a rough?
yeah. It's a pretty good. Limiting Spencer. I mean, Spencer does have an open shot on it, but obviously with him sitting that close to that back rail and a back cut on that 8 ball, there's nothing easy about it because he doesn't. You have to give your best to try to make it, and jacking up on that can just make that shot that much more difficult. Manny's got that 10 ball real close, so the pressure's kind of on a bit here, and does he make it? It's really close. Manny has a long but very makeable 10 ball up in that top right corner. If he makes that one, he shouldn't have I don't believe he's going to have any trouble with the 8 ball coming back. I'd like to see this one go around 3 rails. I don't know if he's going to run it that far. Is he going to end up with a defense out of this? No, that 10 ball doesn't run that far, so Spencer still, once again, not exactly a gimme shot here, sitting all the way down. Yeah, he's right at 9 feet away from that. And you have to watch the scratch. I don't believe that would head towards the bottom rail if he makes it, but can't hit it too hard once again. Undercuts it. Man, he gets another opportunity.
Wanted to go in still.
Another undercut shot, and
I think he's gonna have this one.
I will go ahead and make the prediction on this one that he'll drain this. And if I curse him, I curse him. Shouldn't have shot at the 8 ball this many times anyway, but all right. Spot's getting a little bit more narrow.
That 2 racks with 7 shots at the 8 ball, I think, by 1 shooter.
And granted, I guess they, if you look back at each one of them, they weren't exactly hangers out there. Shooting off that rail and that kind of distance can obviously cause a little grief. But I have to laugh with Spencer, because even if he was here, he'd be doing the exact same thing to me. Spencer over here at the window looking for a coach, and he's talking, but he's talking through tinted windows over here, so we have no idea what he's talking about. No, Spencer is he's actually a very good player in our league. He's the person that you know whenever it starts to get down to that clutch situation, you want to put him up. He's see, I'm talking good about him, and what does he do? Slam it off the side of the rack, straight in the corner. So Spencer, be warned, if we're ever on the same team, I'm never going to talk good about you. It apparently does not work out. Manny with a 9 ball shot all the way down table into this corner. Drives that one in with no problem. A little bit of a cut on that 11 ball. Have to watch the speed a little bit if it's going to come through. Where's that going to end up? With the shot on the 15. Jacks the back of the stick up. Doesn't catch it quite straight. Bumps that 14. I need to figure out a way to get back on the back side of these. I don't believe that's going to do it, but that 10 ball does look like it might clear. I'll find out here in just a moment, because even with that one, I believe that was makeable since it actually came to the bottom rail when that one bounced out. Spencer comes back, but doesn't exactly have an easy shot. Once again, he's shooting right off that rail. 3 ball does go in the side. I don't believe he can get to the 6, which shouldn't really matter. Might even use that 6 ball to kind of hold that cue up a little bit. Slides right by it, undercuts it, or actually cuts it where it was very straight beforehand. We have an alarm going off. Somebody's sitting on keys. Oh, it's actually one of the players' alarms. All right, Tim, say your words of wisdom again so everybody else can hear it. He keeps waiting until I turn the mic off, so I'm just going to stop doing that. Alright, so Manny does have he's got a lot of opportunity here. Is that 10? Obviously not a problem there. So if he's hitting that one, he actually wants to draw that one back, because now he's going to be going towards that cluster of balls as it comes back around. He's only got one side of that 13 that he can hit. So he needs to be a little careful.
Show you. Or go right in between it all.
Or just get a little Manny. That's a great shot. Comes through there with no problem. Leaves him straight in on the 8 ball. And David, you absolutely can play winner. We do have one more matchup after this one. We haven't decided who of 4 is going to be playing, but we know there's another 8 ball match coming up after this one. And with a big enough spot, yes sir, even you can play. I'll take 9 going to 11. And I get all the breaks. Not gonna be world class coming up in here trying to take our money. We only got like $6-8 if we put them all together. Manny up for the break. Good's up 4-2, so at least gets 2 game separation in there.
I was asking who's playing next. If we already kind of said, not sure yet.
Well, we know it's going to be 1 of 4, so or 2 of 4, I guess. We've got obviously Manny and Spencer's in here, and sitting beside me is Tim Miller and of course myself. So we'll figure out what we're doing afterwards and kind of go from there. All we know is that somebody's playing after this one. Alright, drills that one with no problem. Looks like that stroke starting to loosen up a little bit. He probably would have wanted that a couple of games ago, which shouldn't say that because he won them anyway, so what does it matter? Three ball. Oh no, I guess he strikes. I should pay attention.
Have another Pepsi.
Yeah, there's too many shiny buttons in here. Get distracted easy. I'm like a raccoon. Oh, so Spencer's got a bit of a cut here. He does have to watch the speed a bit. Oh, plays a combo. Actually, did not see that for myself. So. But does not get a reward for that shot. Let's see if he decides to bring that jump cue out or shoot towards that 9 ball, and he is going for the jump cue.
I was waiting for it.
So, really good attempt there by Spencer. Catches a whole lot of that 11 ball. It doesn't find its way in, but doesn't take away from the fact that it was a good shot. Seven in the corner next. Just a little stop shot. Let it kind of bounce off that side rail. Could go a couple of different ways here. Depends on what he plans to do with that 2 ball. Yikes, gets really close there. Leaves that 4 ball for side pocket next. I don't think he wants to run that one up too much. Decides just to go ahead and try to make the shot and take whatever came next. But Spencer now has option. He's taking a look at that 9 ball that's down here, and as you can see, it's really close. But can go or could just potentially get in the way. Actually, that other one I saw it there. It's the one I thought that was the 9. It's clear now, but so is Manny's. So Manny actually has an opportunity for that 7 ball down, or 7. What the hell am I coming up with these numbers at?
I don't know.
5 ball.
I think you're drunk.
Or maybe should be.
I'll take less of a spot if you get drunk.
we can discuss that too.
Shots?
one shot per game, and
I mean, that's what the bet was on my birthday, but someone was missing quite a few shots.
I still had him. Alright, so he's got a little bit of movement that it has to have because he has to make the 11. Is he going to bump that one out? Wow, he's got himself a little bit difficult with that 11 over on the side, and even worse is that 8 ball sitting. And anybody that's watched this long enough knows how much that 8 ball sitting where it is absolutely torments me. I will miss every shot on the table staring at that, trying to figure out how I'm going to bump any ball, not just the 8-ball, anything that's sitting over there. What a great shot that was. Nice back cut. Gives himself a chance on the 1-ball. It's got a bit of a cut being that close to it, so the spot that he needs to hit some kind of a little bit of on a blind side, but I think that might have been a good safety opportunity there, just to stick it up on the top rail and take out the shot on that 11-ball. But as long as that 11-ball is sitting there, Spencer's going to have a hard time running this one out. Yeah, he's going to have to play this in this bottom right corner and come around at least a couple rails, but even then, that position is going to be really tough. Makes a great shot there. And watch him get on it just because I said that.
Oh, yeah, he's going to make you eat your words.
Oh, yeah, why not? he may need another one.
Oh.
As you can see, it is actually a touch off that side rail, which means it potentially can go in that side pocket. It's really thin, and that's probably what's going to happen more often than not.
That's why on my last shot,
I was going to probably hit a little stronger just to let that one kind of bounce out towards the middle and make this a little tougher for Spencer. And Spencer will take any gift that he can get. Oh, catches a little too much of it and gets a little full on that shot, drifts right back out. Now Manny does not want to miss this 8-ball with where those two are sitting, but see how this works. And that's kind of the problem with wanting to slow roll that 11-ball down, and he does miss it.
Yeah, right.
Wide open shot for Spencer.
Keep that shit over.
Spencer's actually got just enough angle that he can just kind of shoot straight away on this one, play it off that bottom rail, and leave himself whatever kind of angle he wants for that 9-ball going across.
Oh, sorry.
Sure, he'd like a little bit more, but he does still have an angle, so
That's why I just.
good job on that shot. I'm just going to go forward a couple rails, head towards the upper side of that side pocket. Does not get it far back out, but great shot. And he might have wanted to stay on that side. Nice shot. Moves it back within one game, 4-3. As you can see, they are wrecking each other as you're playing tap rolls on this one, which means you do have to call all of your shots if you're going to play a defense. You need to make sure that you call it just in case you make one of yours. Very easy for the opponent said, nope, even though that's with 6 rails going in, I was pretty sure you were calling that one. You can end up right back at the table.
I like it. Oh, I like the cold air, but. Hey, look, you made one.
Catches that one a little bit on the side again, so he doesn't get the full impact of that shot. But he does have a 15-ball. That's not 15. I should say 13. Up there towards that corner.
Real problem. to the 11 ball. You made this way more sensitive.
I mean, he can get a little bit of an angle here to be able to make that 9 and still go into that 11, but he's gonna have to get a little lucky with the way that it comes out. But the way it's gonna bump that 2 ball probably coming out, it's gonna be away from it on this side. I thought he'd get back towards the middle and maybe try to cut that 9 ball into this bottom left corner, running into the 11. You can see that 11, it's in the middle of his 3 balls in the center of the table at the bottom down here. So he's going to be cutting that into the right pocket. I don't know that he's really going to want to apply so much English that he could actually run into it from the bottom side. Could try to slow roll it, but that's a long way for that 9 ball to roll. He does a great job at it. I think it'll come out, and he can just kind of play a defense by laying the cue ball on top of the others. But I don't think he has a makeable shot here. Are we keeping you up?
Just make it even more sensitive.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're supposed to be playing right now.
I know, I just like to call anyway. I put it in the corner, all right.
Yeah, that one's gonna leave a mark there. Spencer's looking at about 10 different ways that he can make that 11 and get on the on that 8 ball.
Right?
Simplest here is just to play it in the corner and just stop it.
Well, it kind of depends, because I'm also a big fan of side pockets, and the side pockets, typically speaking, I mean, some have them. Some tables have been altered; they don't necessarily go this way, but side pockets are always larger than what corner pockets are. So, ouch.
Oh, and it might stop you from doing something quite like that.
Yeah. So 6 plus 1 on the table for Manny, so he has to get to running because that 11 ball is sitting right in the jaws.
And he's choosing to start off with a combo shot. I think he's more so just hoping to block the pocket up in case he misses.
No, and this is trouble. All right, so Manny gave that a really good attempt at that 5 ball all the way up the edge of that table. But to no avail, because whenever that one did not go in, he left Spencer all the room in the world to be able to come back and finish these 2 off. right, no problem there.
Race. Let's do it. Seven. Yeah. And then there was 7.
We can take a break when one of us smokes.
I'm smoking up.
Yeah, I know you will.
All right, let's
Ball.
Wrapped it.
I know, but it's a shitty break.
I self-proclaimed that it was a shit break. I never said there was anything good about it.
Some will lose. Yeah. For sure. Last game.
Fuck that.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. I know.
I know. That was a good try, though.
All right, so Spencer's got a little bit of a shot here. I mean, it's makeable. Wow, he really took a swing at that one. But now he's left Manny a really good opportunity because Manny can make this one just go ahead and let it roll back out. He'll have a cut on that 8-ball, or maybe not even a cut, depending on
That's
the
kind of what I tried to do.
speed and if any English. I don't know that I'd take any chances of using any English at this point. The score is tied up. He's got to start making some shots here. Decides to go ahead and play that down in the bottom corner, and that's probably a good opportunity too. And he's looking at the scratch, but there's not one there. If we look at that from the side, we can see that he's drawing it.
Oh,
He better take He took a lot of chances there, and that one was just not knowing the little bit of top English would actually take it past that pocket because of how far back that 8-ball was sitting. And it's a lot of that sometimes comes down to confusion on like what somebody has told you before. I know Manny and I have even talked about looking at the back edge of a ball in reference to a side pocket and how you're going into it as a way to be able to tell if you would scratch, things like that. Kind of using that perpendicular line and that one with the edge of it sitting by the back edge of that 8-ball sitting close to that side pocket like it was. He's probably just a little worried, but that one in particular was actually a little bit farther off. A little bit of top English would have taken it past it. And he doesn't want to double kiss. Almost, since he's not really jacked up, but he is sitting right beside that 2-ball. So as we, going back to the previous, if we, as you practice a little bit more and you start to kind of figure out what does and doesn't scratch, you kind of start getting a little bit past that. But that natural roll is something that you want to know very well. If you hit a ball that when it makes contact, it's not spinning, which is the same thing that you would use on a stop shot. There's a very direct line that you can look at, which is perpendicular to the line that is actually aiming towards a pocket. And it kind of gives you a point of reference. So if I hit it with a little bit of top, it'll roll forward a certain distance depending on how much top you put on it. If I put draw on it, it'll come off at a slightly different angle. You just kind of have to practice through that as you're going through. But if you know where that point of reference is, at least you know a lot more information about what you can do to kind of avoid not only scratching, but to be able to make that cue ball work around the table a little bit easier. Heads off the side of that one. The scratches, obviously. A lot of clusters of balls here. Now this lends itself much more towards Spencer's game because this is one of those that if you're comfortable, if you feel that you're more comfortable with moving a cue ball around and
freeing balls up.
Yeah, and both being able to free it up, where your cue ball is going to travel, things like that, then clusters probably don't bother you so much. It actually works, like we said, to your advantage. If you're more of a shot maker, you want that table just blasted wide open so that nothing's jammed up. So in this particular matchup, Spencer's definitely going to have a lot more cue ball control. The shot making ability's pretty good too. We haven't seen the true Spencer that we all know and love come out yet, but he starts getting in stroke, and you'll see these things just flying into pockets. Gets a little strong on that shot. It's the GOAT. You got Spencer? Yeah, I think a few people would probably be on your side with that one. I think
at this point in the match.
Yeah, I think Manny probably should have asked for a little bit more weight, but this one's pretty friendly. I think they're playing for $100 on this matchup, so nobody's gonna lose a lot, and Manny can actually learn a lot by just sitting back and kind of watching how the match goes on. But do we miss you? Yeah, of course. That was fun being out at a very well-run tournament that you put on yesterday up at Mikey's place. That's the Classic Billiard Outfitters Winter 8-Ball Shootout. One of many to come, I'm sure. Everybody out there seemed to be really having a good time. I don't think we had anybody complaining, whether it was about how the tournament was going or even at other players. It was just a lot of fun, and definitely had a good time. Anybody that joined us yesterday might remember Goat coming on quite a few times with Jeremy Crothers, as some people might know him. But it went right on through from everybody being a little bit more serious to, well, we had a few, and then it got a little crazy. So did a few of the people that were around. A couple of painted faces, or not a couple, a painted face, and the first guy that passed out. Poor guy. Hope he's not watching right now. Yeah, if not before the next time that you put one of the tournaments on, we'll have to get you out here sometime. But I'll tell you, 19 hours to sit in a booth, wow, that was pain. I'm too old for that. I'm bringing an office chair next time we do that. Oh, is that going to catch a rail?
That's not before.
Believe so.
That's the four.
Shot that one uphill. I mean, he's got a little bit of work to do here, and he's definitely gonna need to either hide this one or figure out what to do with that 13 and 10 that we see by the 8-ball, right by that side pocket.
I think that's a 14-15.
Hmm?
10's over here.
Oh, you're right.
I think
14
it's
and 13.
I think it's 14-13. We each had one.
Eventually we'll get it. We'll just count them all out. There's a straight ball by another straight ball.
2 straight balls.
All right, maybe I need to work on the color a little bit more. Gotta lock up the defense over here. I'm not sure if he got behind that, but that was the right idea. And it looks like that 3 ball will not go, which makes that a good defense. He can hit it, and that's okay. And he's just trying to secure that he can get back to the table.
Huh? I didn't want to move the 8. I thought it was going to be. Definitely. A little, not a lot. Well, maybe not for you. Oh. Yeah, I gotta get it over there though.
Jeremy, I see the crown apple commenting here. Starting to feel a little nauseous now.
We got Jack Apple.
And considering how much we've been talking about having some female matches here, I bet Aaron probably would be up to playing CC there. Well, we'll have to ask some questions about that one. I'm not sure that commentating on that match is going to be good for our living arrangements, but so it looks like he's going to play a defense here, which is actually a really smart move because after this he can cause a little separation between. Wow, he got a little lucky with that 14 kind of bouncing out of here or there, but I don't know if he was trying to bump the edge of that ball. And Spencer's going to get it out of there and probably leave that towards the bag, but that 14 coming out just that little bit means that if he can see the edge of it, that 14 will go into the side. Spencer grabbing an extension real quick.
See, it looked like he was looking for a bridge. You have one in there, don't you?
I don't know.
Oh, not enough.
So at this point, there's actually no reason for Manny to lose this one, but realistically right now I think he's shooting the wrong ball. If
He defends that.
Right, but if he shoots the 14 and just bumps it a little bit, because that 8 ball will catch a rail, it causes that separation that you need, and then you just take the 14 on the side, the 10 up in the corner, and it keeps you on line with the 8 ball.
And that might be his next thought after this if he gets another ball in hand.
Yeah. Well, he knows the shot, but Spencer's going to roll this one. The speed that it takes to get to that 8 ball
Should get the hit.
Oh, decides to play defense, and that same shot we were just talking about, Manny can still play right now. He'll just be using the cue ball to touch right by that point. It looks like that's what he's going to do. But the cue should stay behind. Let's see. Oh, it definitely stayed behind that 14. So good shot from Manny there. If you get that to go a little bit further away, it becomes a little bit more difficult to hit.
Yes, sir.
Because I kind of expect Spencer to hit this one, but depending on the side that he hits it, is going to determine whether or not Manny has a makeable shot after this.
Oh, well. Spencer's calling cross side.
And then he's going to be hitting it at a reasonable speed. Yeah.
Or just miss it completely.
Well, it's funny, and it's never a bad idea to call a pocket on the 8 ball, even if you are planning on calling defense. It's not like you could pocket the ball and say, well, I called defense, even if it went in an accidental pocket or a pocket that you should have called beforehand. So might as well call something. Wow. That's it, man. You paid for the whole pocket, you might as well use it all. Wipes his feet on the way in and does still have a shot on the 8-ball. Great shot.
Nice shot.
Let that one hang in a little bit tight, so it has a little bit of room out there. Manny goes up 6-4. So back to that 2-game lead. Well, he's got a little momentum. 5 games to go for him and 7 to go for Spencer. Not quite the same spot they started off with. He's actually got a little bit bigger lead now than at the beginning of the game, even though it's 1 game less.
Fucking sucks.
Huh?
That break sucks.
Fix it.
Alright.
You get okay.
Okay.
Sounds great, right?
All right, side pocket shot. So this has got reasonably open. We do see where that 3-ball has got a little bit of blocking going on down here. So, Jeremy, I like the last one where our wives play and then we play. We just have to make sure that if they're commentating on us, that they didn't hear our conversation prior to playing, or maybe we should just play first, and that way they don't have the opportunity. But, and then delete the video as soon as we're done.
Nice.
That was a great defense there. He's locked that one up pretty tight on that 3-ball. And he's doing what he has to, and that's shooting away from it.
Thank you, sir.
Bit of a bad angle on that one.
It was good. It was a good.
Keep telling these players whenever they shoot they need to step out of the way, but they won't do it. Pretty rude. Spencer coming back to the table. Long shot, almost perfectly straight.
Goat says he's not scared for her to see it.
I've met his wife. She scares me. She's only about 90 pounds. Still scares the hell out of me. That was well played. Did not get the reward he should have on that one. He should have had a shot on that one. I thought he played it really well.
Yeah.
Throws it up on the 8-ball.
I think he's got an opening on that 3, but I'd go ahead and run that one forward just in case, and plays that one really nicely. Ball hadn't never had a chance to do anything but go in with that kind of distance that he put on it, and I'm not sure that he had an angle on it. Even if he would have missed, there might have been a little bit of trouble there. But man, he's got a chance here to take a few of these out. He's got a couple balls to even help him with getting onto that 4-ball that we see behind the 12 down here. That's the 2 in the far right hand side.
I think you play this one ball, stop it in defense.
Yeah, he'll go ahead and run this one forward and off to that side rail. It gets a little funny. But now this would be all kinds of defense. Just shoot straight into that 7 ball and send that up table. He's gonna try to. Looks like he's gonna try to get behind that 8 ball. I think that's a lot more difficult than just sending that cue ball up table.
For sure.
So, wide open bank shot on that. That's a 13-13. Well, they made these colors of the TV ball so that it's supposed to be easier to identify them, and I really don't think it is, because that orange and pink always looks the same, even when I watch it on TV.
Just be playing with the Cyclops balls then.
Oh, God.
Have everybody confused.
Right? Well, we'll use this next Easter. Those do still roll good, but that's one of those. It seems like every time we go to the different tournaments and have to play with the Cyclops balls, that you have to take a step around and look at it and make sure that you're getting ready to call the right ball.
Yeah, you got to be real careful playing 9 ball with those if you don't play with them very often.
Mm-hmm. And we'll bring them out on the 7-foot table here and use them for a couple weeks before those tournaments. Doesn't help me a bit. I'm still going to forget about it by the time we get out there. Would like to call the seafoam stripe into the top right corner. Jeremy, this is Mr. Timothy Miller.
Don't worry about it, Goat.
But boy, did you say that correctly. Alright, tough cut on the 8 ball. Has to watch that top pocket up there. That top right pocket starts to become really big when you go for that cut. He's not going to leave Spencer with a hanger. Spencer just wants to roll that one forward. He's not really worried too much about the position because that's built in, but
Jesus Christ.
Manny gets that shot on the 8 ball. Yeah, Sharon Jackson of Wood Heater, where are you at? We don't allow cold weather down here, so.
And the shooters are going to take a smoke break.
All right, so a little past the halfway point, they're going to take a real quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, so 7-4 Manny's back to that 3-game spot that he originally started with, so it's given him a big advantage. Only has 4 games to go. Switch the back so we can kind of see that stroke a little bit. We can see he kind of caught the side of it a bit, and you all went kind of flying around bottom half of that table. Take a look around while Spencer's doing the same real quick. Couple little clusters. Got a few sitting across that back rail. Just pretty good about kind of getting a little bit of a plan of attack and what he's doing right now. Just looking around, seeing, number one, which one he wants. Both of them have their issues. Those choosing the solids probably because they're a little bit more open and up table, and he can let that stroke go a little bit and make a few of these before dealing with some of those clusters that are down there. What do you think, Tim? What's next? Going 2 rails, maybe?
I mean, he really only has the one serious problem, which is getting that 6 ball out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he's got so many different ways to be able to get his out of there that it's not. I don't really consider that as much Manny's problem as it is Spencer's.
Oh no, that's definitely Spencer's problem.
Slow rolls that one on in and comes back across, leaves himself great on that 5 ball, almost straight in. So he can just kind of touch this one, but it's still not really leaning itself towards a way to get that 6 ball out of there. Gives himself a cut. That'll easily get him back up table. He can actually just put up a touch left on this one, even just hit it center ball and get it between that 8 and 10 back out. But then what do you do with, he's kind of put a little bit of draw on that one, went into the 10 ball, and Manny can just fire away from Spencer's issue down here and decide when he wants to tackle that 3 ball combo on the 11. The 11's the one sitting on the bottom right corner that we see down here beside the 6. May have chosen to go ahead and deal with that now. I think it's a little early though, but he does have a shot on that 10, and hopefully that's the one. So he is looking at that one. I'm not saying that he wants to save those 2 balls for last.
Might be his plan though.
Yeah, because he's not necessarily going to know where that 9's going whenever he goes to play that, and I'm not sure that it's quite wired. Let's take a look at the side over here, and he'll have to almost play rail first on that 9 ball in order to make that 11. Hits that one with the right intentions and the right speed. Misses the shot. Now, Spencer have enough angle there to come over and hit that 9, try to pop that 6 ball out of there. And I don't know if he does or not. He's really got to put a stroke on that one. With a big stretch down there. Like he might be changing his mind and possibly just playing a little bit more defense. Pop that 2 ball out. So he's going to go ahead and go for the 2, or at least call it, but I think he's got more intentions of just getting that cue ball up table a little bit. He's calling the cut. Overcuts it just a hair. Where's that going to end up stopping?
Pretty much right back in the same spot.
Yeah, well, Let's take a look and see. 14 does have a pocket over there. Oh, but that angle looks much better for Spencer if he decides to play that cue ball over into that 9. You go straight into it. It looks like although that 11 could potentially block that pocket, 6 will come out and stay close to that corner. Great shot. Kisses it about 4 times, and one of those was lucky.
I should have known, damn it.
No, it was in my fucking
Gonna
way.
have a little bit of a shot up
No
table,
idea.
so he wants to get that reasonably straight, or just get it out past the edge of that 9 ball. It's a little bit of a chance of bumping the 14, but still has that shot. So here, just a little stop shot, and doesn't have to kill it. Just pocket the ball and take the cut on the 8. Oh, hits that one pretty firm. It slings the cue ball back out. Still makeable in either pocket. This is kind of a player's choice on which one you prefer more. Back cutting it to the left. He's aiming to just take the inside cut to the right hand side. Great shot. 7-5. Back to 2-game swing.
Time to come back, man.
I can't let you have it that easily.
All right.
Caffeine boost.
A good shooting,
Let
man.
me take the shots.
There you. Let me say something silly.
All right.
And Spencer catching that side still. Just not getting solid in on that head ball. Gets split apart a little bit more, but still got that little bit of cluster that's down by the spot.
Oh, 10! Motherfucking 10!
Nice cut there. Let's see how it comes out. He just, oh, that's tough. You look over in that corner. I mean, he does have a shot at the 2, but not necessarily one that can be pocketed there. I don't even know that he can play that combo, as tough as that would be. Looks like that's what he's going to go for, but we'll see what happens with that 2-ball if he does make it. Trims the back edge of it. He's more of a defensive shot than anything. Not too bad a one. Gives that one a great shot. Ooh. Roll that forward a little bit. Looks like he's drawing it though. Alright, you want to take the next guess? I'm missing a lot of these.
I mean, with Manny, it's really hard to guess what he's actually going to end up doing.
Left side pocket then. That's my call.
Knew that was gonna fucking happen. Why the hell?
I mean, I don't think he planned on shooting the 14 ball. I think he probably had the 9 ball planned to go next,
Yeah.
with the fact he was drawing it backwards.
I just caught the angle a little wrong, but so Spencer's got a pretty open table here. I believe he's going to want to leave that 3-ball for last. That way he can stay on that side. Yeah, because that 8-ball is definitely blocked going to our left side from this view.
If you check that corner view, does the 8 ball go to the side pocket?
Well, the 1 and 2 won't be there. Oh, you're talking about the...
Oh no, I'm saying play it to the side pocket.
He'd still need a 3 there, even for that one.
But I think you're right. He's going to save the 3 ball last.
Very important a lot of times to kind of, when you're sort of playing in the run out, to playing in reverse. He is actually going the other way.
Yeah, I'm thinking that 8 ball must go in that side pocket over there.
Let's take a look at it from here, and it does.
Oh yeah.
Still like that 2-ball better here, but I understand the sort of the issue he's fighting with is he's gonna have to draw 1 rail back up to that 3-ball. But if he misses the shot, he doesn't get to shoot a 3-ball anyway. So, little inner demons coming out. It's pretty good. Would like that to have been straight, but I'm sure that he'll take just having a shot on it. That he can go back and forth a couple of times and try to get that cue ball to stay over on the left-hand side. Basically just straight top English from here. Maybe even a touch of inside. I don't know if he hit it hard enough. At least a decent defense.
Oh.
Maybe looking up table, and probably not a bad choice. At least if he does leave this cue ball up table, so when he comes after that 3-ball, it is very easy to catch the rail first or catch it a little bit wrong and end up swinging back around to our left-hand side of the table, making that 8-ball much more difficult.
Good shot.
Yeah, it makes a great shot there. Underestimates the shot, catches the far point, undercuts it just a bit, and
Kind of rushes it.
yeah, so we'll see probably a little bit of inside English on this one, trying to run it straight back up that rail towards the left side pocket. Maybe about 3 diamonds up if he gets his wish. Doesn't want to hit too much of this, just easily touch the far right side of the pocket, and it goes screaming back up.
Yeah.
I believe he just hit that one, basically just straight top. Now, luckily, I think that 12 ball will take away scratch opportunity, and
I think he's playing this cross corner.
he's playing more cue ball than anything, but that comes back up pretty fast. And he may not have been able to see enough of it. 14 next. If he plays it with the right speed, 15 following that one. Okay, I thought that was going down to the bottom left corner. I'm getting nothing right over here. I can feel my behind the glass Fargo rating drop.
Hard to predict some people's minds, and
Yeah.
what they're thinking about trying.
Oh no! I mean, he's gonna have a tough run here. He can go 3 rails, but he's got to go 3 rails and get below those balls, which means he's got to throw some English on it. And did he get there?
And he will.
Well, I'll give him credit on that one because that was a good shot. This one he's gonna have to watch his speed because once again he's gonna be coming across the green. And he's gonna end up with a bank shot. So it's all or nothing. There is nowhere to hide on this. He sends it up a little bit high. I don't believe Spencer's gonna have too much trouble with this 8 ball.
Make sure I chalk this one. Trying to call that corner pot. Which one? No, that one. Okay.
Spencer bringing him
I
back
wasn't gonna miss you again.
within 1 game. That break must have done him some good because he went on the break at 7-4, won the next 2 games. And that spot once again is almost gone.
I set the ball up perfectly to come back here and fucking.
I don't know why you didn't go for the 13 first, because the full bottom, you would have had the same shot on the 15 side.
Yeah, but I thought if I missed it, he shot anyway. I make the 15, I go to the bank. Shit happens.
That's okay.
It's all right, we still got what? 5 on 4. We still got a couple of games to.
Come on, 7 ball. Good job.
Don't do it. You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
Since you're starting off all right here, and 5 ball, it's a little funny over there, and he actually could go ahead and take care of that right now if he wanted to. It's sitting on the rail. He may just want to take an easy shot and move on to the next ball.
Ah. Not that much. Alright, I guess.
Nice cut by Spencer there as he gets that one into the side pocket. And
I'll go over there.
not a
Left
not a
side.
super easy shot on the 8-ball, but this is very makeable for him.
Was this a break and run?
I think it might be a break and run. We cut it with no problem, and spot's gone 7-7.
I feel like
That's
commentators
my first one in a while.
Pay more attention.
Get up, baby. Mark, get up. Oh, get up.
Yes, sir.
7-7. Yeah. You did say you were gonna come back. You took the lead again and
There's no lead, it's just tied.
took the practice runs. All right, man. I saw you, man. I saw you. 4-4.
See, he catches that one a little bit low and gets a solid hit on it.
Yeah, see, that kind of sucks.
$1 million.
And he's talking about the camera angle, not the. We've been debating on what's the best camera angle for a break. One of which was from behind, which you can actually see a good shot on the players and where they're actually lining up. But then they're in the way, of course, whenever the ball starts coming back up that end of the table. Wide
It's-
open spread though.
It just would work a lot better with someone who's going to do a side break instead of right in the way of the camera.
Yeah. And a lot of 9-ball breaks are that way, or people doing second ball breaks. It works out well. But 9-ball and 8-ball, it stays within that about 2 balls of center.
He only went
Little tougher then.
I believe you, but I thought that get less.
Motherfucker. Look, it's coming in here.
Mr. Leon Stemple, welcome back to the stream. Sorry I didn't see that a few minutes ago, but thank you for those stars. I appreciate that.
Is Soul Air?
It's okay. Mr. Rodriguez. I've been coming here for years. Why is the cat always laying on the bread?
All right, so we see obviously a lot of balls that were driven up table and more than pushed up there, which is both good and could potentially be bad. In this particular case, I believe it would be pretty good because they're still open, meaning you don't have to move the cue ball around so much. Haven't even been checking in on the YouTube users. See a few of them that's over there, and thank you for joining in.
It'd be nice if they could pull it off.
Mr. Adrian, haven't talked to you in like, I don't know, what, an hour?
I thought you were saying.
How are you doing today?
Oh. Bucks. Pull it off, that'd be nice.
He agrees it was a break and run.
Well, that's because he's paying attention. I don't do that. Adrian doesn't have to push as many buttons as I do either. But yes, that was definitely a break and run.
We think.
True that.
It's confirmed now, so it was. And he's doing a much better job on this one of just playing the ball in the pocket, not trying to throw it all around the place. And seeing him stay down a little bit better. He does have a tendency to jump up, but he's doing a lot better about that on this game, and it's helping because he's making some shots and everything looks much more controlled. Jumped a little on that one, still came out okay, but that 3 ball being across table, he's gonna have to hit this one a little bit more firm just to come back across the other side. And he does. Actually, 8 ball ends up helping him out. Great shot. So this one, just pocket the ball, let the cue ball run natural. Look at that top rail and back down.
You son of a...
Blocks the pocket. They played defense. I didn't see that one.
I don't think he planned it either.
What a good. That's probably about the best run that he's had today, and Spencer's he's got a lot to clear out now. Herein lies the problem. So Spencer's almost always he's a 6-in tap over here in the Hillsborough area, and you open up a table. He's got one sort of saving grace with that 3 ball, and Spencer tried to take care of it right there. Other than that one pocket being blocked, I would say more times than not, Spencer's going to run out, and that's going to happen to pretty much like all of your, let's say, your better tap 5s and up. If you go and clear out a table and you send all your kids to the room, and when that table's wide open and somebody comes up that's better than average shot, they're probably going to run that table out. So kind of like a 9 ball when you get down to those last 3 and 4 and you decide that you want to go ahead and finish out the game as opposed to seeing more defenses to be played and things like that, you better well run out, because if you don't, your opponent will. Roll that one forward. That way he can get that cue ball just to go up table. I think he may still go for the side pocket. He might also be looking for a defense, or was hoping that maybe he could get that 11 ball up table, go ahead and make that 3, keep everything locked up. But now he doesn't have a direct direct shot for any of the balls going to that pocket. Mr. Joe Forcucci throwing a few stars our way. Thank you very much. Haven't seen you in a while. You got to stop back by sometime and maybe even jump on the stream with us, or we can turn the cameras off and just shoot a few. I think last time he came down, he even beat me up on my own 7-foot table, but I got a 9-foot table. We'll play on that one next time.
Ooh.
I believe he was hoping that one of those was going to stay in the way. But then he does have to be careful with this one, because this isn't not as easy, and there's part of the problem is he did have a couple of things to run into, but it seems like a lot of times that ball ends up staying up in the up the top half of the table. I think he's got a bit of a cut down here. Jeremy Carruthers and Andrew Mendoza. I'd like to see that one.
I was gonna say, go call him out.
What a great shot. That might be about the best shot I've seen him do this match. And a good time to do it. Puts him back in the lead. 3 games away from winning. Now 8-7.
Manny shot really good at that rack. I think he was kind of feeling the pressure with it being tied up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Take one more look at Manny clearing that rack out. I mean, that was dead center the entire way. Push back over, watch his break. He moves over to the right-hand side. We'll switch that. Get him, Andrew. I mean, good luck to you both.
No favoritism around
Right.
here.
that? Bathroom break.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's the players that are taking a bathroom break. So we'll be back in just a moment. Manny doing all right here. Once again, you can see he slowed it down, and it changes the game a lot. When Manny starts shooting things a lot harder, you'll start seeing him kind of jump up a little bit more, and that's something that a lot of us do. It's not specific to him; it just happens to be him on the stream whenever we're talking about it. But when you start jumping up, that accuracy is just heavily decreased. We watched a little bit of it there. Still able to draw it back and give himself a shot. And switch it up table. We see it like even in League, and again, not just him. I do it myself sometimes. I've been trying to break that habit for a long period of time, and a lot of people suffer from it. There's not necessarily one perfect stroke or perfect way to be able to shoot a ball, but more times than not, very few players, upper level players, have what we'd call a consistent jumping up process, even though I could immediately think of 2 or 3 that do very well with that. With a missed shot, Spencer comes back to the table, and he's got a little running room here. It's a little close to that side pocket, but comes out okay.
I also don't have the fancy filter.
So Spencer was trying for a good shot there, and it looks like that he decided to go ahead and try to sort of bank that shot. You could see that it did lead him a good shot on the 10 ball, which would have got him out. But another thing that it kind of did is not necessarily leave Manny with a very easy shot coming back up table. So a little dual purpose there. So he's going for that 4 ball in the bottom right corner over here. And while done, is he going to get a lead? That one's a little tough to tell, but I think that 2 ball definitely looks like it goes.
Oh, I don't think that does.
If it does, He'll just use a little top English, go ahead and cross back over the other side and be able to get a shot on the 5. If it does not, however, that changes a lot of things.
He's thinking too hard. I'm pretty sure that 2-ball's not going to go.
Go in there and turn that overhead camera on. We can see it better.
I wish it was turned on.
Try the 2-ball.
Well,
I see. He might be trying for a combo.
no, he called the
Oh, a
side
back.
pocket.
Okay. I didn't see the one that he called.
That's where I went with the whoa.
Just a little bump on this one. He actually, he decided to come all the way back around. It is like the 8-ball in the side pocket, or the 10-ball in the side pocket. This one he can just kind of stun it, go towards the left a little bit. And, ooh, gets the lead he wanted and misses the shot. Manny gets one more opportunity here. As close as he is up there by that 5-ball, I actually like the 2-ball better, and just go ahead and let that come around 3 rails, and just more of a natural shot. I believe he looks like he's going to look at the 5-ball, and
No, I think you take the 5-ball here first, then the 2, and then probably play that 8-ball into one of the side pockets. Or that's going to happen.
yeah, that's kind of the problem. Unless you're willing to kind of dig into it a little bit, or use a little bit of right English and kind of swing that cue ball back around a couple of rails to get back on the 2, it becomes a lot more difficult. Is it going to go in? And it did not. And he's left probably just a bank shot here. So Spencer really needs to get this one. Letting Manny get up 2 games with 2 games to go. It's going to make it a little tough.
I still put money on Spencer.
I'm just gonna make it.
Oh, he's off today.
Drills it right in the center. No problem at all.
Hey, there it goes. Just at the last second.
Spencer gets that was the 11-ball on the break on that one. So let's go ahead and stick with those stripes. Looks like he not only has the 9-ball on the side, but that might give him the angle he needs to break that 5 and 7 away from the 3. We see the 3 balls that are sitting on the top left-hand side. Great hit. I don't know if he has a shot on the 12. That one he was just pointing out at the corner, although it's close. It's blocked narrowly, but it's definitely blocked by the that 2-ball. Looking at it from the angle down there where he's standing, that 12 does go. Looks like he's aiming up for that 14 ball next to let that probably go ahead and go up to the top rail and back over. Just wants to watch the angle a little bit. Successfully pockets that one. Slow roll this one down. And we'll see just how close that 12 ball is if he gets this one. The 12 ball is the stripe that we see by the 8 and 2 in the middle, the upper side of the table. Swings it over there and tries to bump it a little bit. Manny back to the table. It looks like he actually does have a defense here. I believe he's playing to cut the 1 ball. Undercuts it a bit. Doesn't exactly leave an easy shot for Spencer coming back.
I don't think.
Alright, so Manny just wants to do exactly what he did there. Just let that one go a little slow. That's 6 balls. You can get a lot of different position there. That 2 ball is still a problem, so he's at the point that he needs to think about that. That would be the 3rd ball down. So not sure why he's jacking up on that one. If he makes it, that puts him in a little bit of trouble, but Spencer's pretty close to straight here. It's going to make it a little tough for him to free up the other ball for himself.
That's that 13. Does it play to the side?
I'm not even sure if I'd want to make this ball. Get it close, block the pocket, but I'm not sure if I'd want to make it. He decides to go ahead and send it on the back. I actually thought that was going to go into the 4 ball, but
Yeah, 13 plays on the side, I think.
I'm gonna go for the side.
it may. The problem with trying to play that in either pocket is that it's if you end up missing it, you've blown those 3 balls out of there, and so it's kind of a must make then. Now he can hit straight into it and basically just stop the cue ball right there, and it would make that 2 ball very difficult. Sends that one over a little bit. Now Manny has an opportunity to get out here. This one, we'll see how he decides to play it. I actually like going forward on this one.
Yeah.
Just like it was made to fit there. Top corner or side pocket, Tim?
I would play this in the side probably, but with our calls have been for Manny's shots, I would say chances are he's going to go for whatever we don't call.
Well, and I like the side only because if he misses this one, put the right speed on the cue ball, and it's still going to make it difficult for Spencer. Decides to, but I think this is a little easier shot, and he drilled it great. So it goes back in the lead, 9-8, 2 games to go.
Which again, he's doing the opposite of what we're kind of calling.
Well, no, because
It looked like he was measuring for the side pocket, and then must have changed his mind.
the funny thing on that shot is, although like for him, maybe that side pocket potentially would have been a smarter shot. It's a bigger pocket than the one that he shot it into, and that's without a doubt that's the one that I would have had to have chosen from that angle. So I think he shot the right one, but if you're not confident on making it, you have to go for the side. Straight into the corner pocket.
Again with the scratch.
Yeah, he's just not catching that head ball firm.
I think he's trying to hit the second ball anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Just might be breaking from the wrong side.
So trying to play a little defensively, just trying to get that on the other side, but just trying to slow Manny down a little bit and kind of make him try to force shots. And we're starting to see that jumping that we were talking about earlier, because he very much did it on that one. And if he notices, he'll stop doing it for a while. It'll shoot fine. If he doesn't notice that he's doing it, it'll continue, and as the frustration starts to pick up, we'll see it a little bit more. And mainly saying this so that whenever he goes back and watches this later on, you can kind of consider it a growth opportunity. We talk about it all the time, so it's nothing he hasn't heard before. Undercuts that one a bit, and then he comes back to the table. Alright, so stayed down, stayed smooth, made the shot. Didn't want to bump the 5 ball over there, but that's kind of beside the point. So that one's may not have known perfectly like where everything was going to, but start off with just making the shot. It's the 5 ball there. We'll see how easy he leaves Spencer, and he has left Spencer a side pocket. I don't know if Spencer's going to like to go ahead and play that 9 ball and play rail first. Go ahead and probably just follow this one forward. He'll actually have a 10 on the side or that 15 in the corner. Looks like he may be saving that 10 ball. He's walking back over to look at it. If he's playing the 10 ball now, I would think that the 9 ball is going to be next. He'll just try to get, he doesn't want to get blocks behind the 5, but he wants to get over there close to that line so he has an opening on the 9 ball. Just depends on how he feels about getting over there. Grabbing the bridge, he must be going back for that 15. Let's see him. I play that one straight across. That brings it back to the 10 ball, so he was saving the 9 ball for last. Gets over there pretty close to that line with the 5. Even if he wants to play rail first just to make sure that that cue ball comes out, that would work for him as well.
Oh, my God.
Ooh. Tries to draw back across table. Bumps that 7 ball. Manny going for that 7 ball. Just float that cue ball forward a little bit, and he'll have either the 1 or the 2, depending on the speed that he puts on it. He's got both. It looks like he prefers that 1 ball. I actually like the 2, but more specifically because playing a defense instead of trying to take a swing at the 6 ball. I think that 1 might have been easier to play defense on. He can still do it here, send that cue ball up table. Try to see if you can get it far enough out and take that 1 rail shot away. Whoa. It may have still come out okay. Yeah, taking... Pretty sure Spencer's going to come to the bottom rail for this one and bump the 9 ball, but very lightly. Just leave that cue ball back there behind it.
Why?
Because whenever he does, he could actually lock up on the 9 or the 6 coming from behind it. But good question. And that 9 actually looks like it might be makeable now.
It's definitely about to be makeable.
Yeah, without a doubt. That was a really good attempt. Spencer can tie this up with a good leave after this 9 ball. And we'll see if he decides to draw, but it's so much easier just to go forward on this one and play it around 3 rails. He does like drawing it. It looks like he got a pretty decent speed on it. It's a good shot. Tie ball game again. 9-9. Race to 2 now.
I know.
Then you have an out and then boom. Look, he made one.
I know, right?
And it wasn't a cue ball.
Exactly.
Hmm?
Well, got a little bit of a bad roll out of that
Hey, you pushed
5.
it
And
there.
it's taking away the side pocket for the 10 ball, though that 10 ball will still go down into the bottom corner. ball's going to be next here because I just played defense, and that was.
Bullshit.
I think that was a good shot. He may still have a shot
No,
at
I
that
don't like that
6.
shit.
Making that 6 is going to open a little up. You can see the obvious problem down there with the 2 and the 15 that's by the 8 ball. That was.
Which is all changed now.
Open 15 ball shot. Just has to roll it carefully so it doesn't get turned too loose. Also has to make the shot.
Or I guess you did the
Hey, fuck you. Hey, look at that. Look at the
Exactly,
fucking
leaving,
bullshit you leave.
Manny any hangers over here, so I have to do some
Oh,
a little bit of work. Sticking real close to that 11 ball. It kind of becomes a little bit of an obstacle. It comes close to making the 2, so good attempt.
So hard.
I kind of like hitting that one a little bit harder like he did, just for the simple reason it gets it back up the middle of the table, and there's a whole lot out there to be able to get position on. Now you can just concentrate on just making the shot. And he would have had a couple of shots from there, but quite get the cut that he would have liked to. Spencer gets his and somehow sneaks between everything. Doesn't quite get. I mean, if he'd have touched anything over there, it probably would have
I
helped
wanted
him
to hit
out.
something over here. Like literally anything would have been fine.
Look over here on this side and see that 9 ball's definitely open for him. Still, I'm sure he wants a little bit better angle so he can try to do something with that 10 and 12 that's sitting over there. I don't think he's going to like this one. Gonna jack up just so he can stay on this end of the table with the cue ball. At least gives him a bank option up there if he tried to roll that one forward and ends up staying on the other end. Everything he's trying to work towards is basically just improving Manny's lie. At least this way he can get a ball out. Now, got a little freedom. But now Manny's got a shot on the 2. And that 2 can get him in a lot of places on this table. Not a big fan of that combo with the 3 ball sitting there. But if he makes it, it's pretty open. Uh-oh.
Right there.
Right there, Pop.
Right there, mommy. And
All
mommy.
right.
It's like a blue ball.
Set it aside.
Spencer trying to bank some of these out of there and switch back. So got a little funny with the 12 ball that's up there. At least the 10's out in the open a little bit more now. And he's just running through a few of these. It's this is a tough one. He actually needs to run this one around. It looks like, I mean, he's putting top on it. Yeah, that was a problem with that one. You really had to punch that one to force that to come back around. He's got a tough cut, and that cue ball is going to want to be on the right side of the table. That's the wrong side.
First.
Nice try.
I have no choice.
Spencer can make that 10. Or inside English might actually help sort of kill that cue ball. He's using a little bit of inside, so should be able to hold it. And he does that very well. Ooh. Well, this particular game is Manny's to lose right now with the 7 ball into that corner pocket.
Don't you do it.
Ooh, using the whole table. I think this one's going to be a side pocket shot as well, but if he misses this one, T-ball's going to want to go up table. He can't really dig into it or anything. Just gotta play it to make it, and that he does. 10-9. Manny's on the hill.
Anybody? Nobody home? Nobody home? Nobody home?
So Spencer definitely knows that it's in kind of a critical time right now. Obviously, he has to win this one.
Okay.
You good, man. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right, so there's a little bit of grass in the way here. That's a long shot up table and doesn't exactly have a great laid out table here. So he's gonna have to earn this one, I think. I think Spencer's actually got the better looking table on this one, so. But as that cue ball starts floating around, things open up quickly. Guys are doing a good job of once again moving around the table and taking care of business. Only thing to really watch for here is all the way back up table. It's sitting out in the middle, which is helpful. It's not like it's sitting on that top rail up there, but that 14 just kind of hanging out. So think he's going to go ahead and take care of that situation right now. Great speed on that shot. We'll see if he goes ahead and draws that back to one rail right where he's at. Let it come back out. We'll make that 15 a little bit easier. Oh, I don't believe he caught that the way that he wanted to, because I'm pretty sure he didn't want to be on that side of the 15. Plays it more of a defense there, which is not a terrible idea. There's 3 balls that Manny has that are going to want that pocket. And I wanted that over a little bit more to be able to block, but you don't want to get it too far up so that you can just easily be hidden away from it. So Manny does have a 7 ball on the side that he looks like he's lining up for.
Which it may just be a good idea to play a defense with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Hide behind all those balls.
Well, he's got the advantage here that he can kind of keep doing both. He can keep making a shot and leaving it over on that side. And he can pretty much do that all the way through the better part of this rack. At some point in time, he'll have to be out so that he can get the 6 and 5, but he can kind of stay hidden. Don't start jamming him up. He does get that one. No, I don't know if he can make that one, but the 1 ball will still get him out of trouble.
Here we go.
Now he's playing defense. I actually like this one. I like this one better than my thought. Spencer's got a 1 rail kick, and again, I think he's gonna hit this one reasonably soft. Maybe a little harder than that. No, I'm sure he wanted to catch it on the way to it, and if anything, probably even on the other side of it, maybe it gets in the way of his 3 balls that he's got up there. And he's gonna go ahead and play that 6 draw back a little bit, and he's got a few different things that he can leave it on, and having those kind of options make it nice. Still making sure that while he's doing it, that he's leaving some cover on it. That's good to an extent. I mean, it was okay on that shot. One thing you do have to be a little bit careful of is that playing so safe that you start missing shots, or so safe that that you're not taking the opportunity whenever it presents itself. Spencer's 15 ball down there. It's pretty easy to keep going with making that a difficult shot for Spencer to come back to. But whenever you miss a ball, chances are you didn't know where the cue ball was going to go anyway. That's a good shot.
This is a do or die shot right here.
Because he's gonna throw some top on that one and roll it on over to the other side, and a great shot. All right, so now to your previous point, this might be the do or die shot, because now he needs to play that 6 all the way up, but put a little bit of top on it, or even center it a little bit more firm, but he's got to get that ball back across the other side. You don't have to whisper. So actually, if he does just use a little bit of top and gets back to the middle, probably be a little bit better off, because that is really loud when he does it. I see the meter going off the charts every year. What a great shot again. Yeah. Who is this guy?
She hates this cup when it gets empty.
So, difficulty here. That does look like it'll bank. And that actually might not be the worst option, because if it does bank,
Put the cue ball up on this
cue
rail,
ball stays back over on the left-hand side.
which will be a harder 8-ball shot also, though, if it does happen to go in.
It might travel up a little bit higher. I think he's calling the right thing here. It might travel up a little bit higher because he's not going to use like an inside English or anything in order to do this. He's going to use straight top. But I don't like the cut because of where it's going to be. And look at that. Holy smokes. Well, this is a hanger now. The last few shots that he's made have been way harder than this.
Which, unfortunately, probably means this one won't go so well.
But even if he does, the only thing that he needs to be concerned about
Put
is
the cue ball all the way back up
scratch.
table.
And that's where it's naturally going to head. Look at this. Look at this. Wow.
But that's about the best leave he could have done for the miss.
Yes. Agreed. Hey, Cheryl. How are you doing? Glad you're tuning in. Hope everything's going good down there in the South Florida area. So, Spencer has to go for it. I mean, I don't see a whole lot of ways around it.
Calling it once back where he's at.
This is where part of that problem comes in whenever it's 8-ball, because if it's 9 or 10 ball, you're both shooting the same ball. You only have to get bad position on that one ball, but, well, we're not. We're playing 8, and Manny has the ball sitting right by the pocket. So unless you get the cue ball all the way over on that far rail, and if he does that, and that 15 goes in, that is best case scenario for him.
Yes.
If that 15 goes in, this is Spencer's shot. So how much do you want to hide a ball?
Well, it just possibly depends on
that's too far down.
whether or not Spencer was going to plan on doing a defensive battle coming out of that if he made it.
He's gonna have to be careful on this one. Look at that! Look at that! Wow! 11-9. And he actually only needed 1 game spot. That was really, really well done. And that last game, that's without a doubt, that's the best that he shot the entire time.
Yeah, that was very good shooting in that last game.
So, good job, Manny Lucca, recovering from a few that you'd like to have back, but an excellent out. Thanks also, Spencer, for joining us, and the guy that just ran out of the room. Again, we'll be back. I don't know exactly what the matchup's going to be. All that's still going to be up for discussion. But we'll have another probably 8-ball match coming up here very soon. Hope that everybody joins us. And thanks for joining in.